Financial disclaimer. The information provided in this stream is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional financial or investment advice. We are not licensed financial advisors, and the content presented here is based on our personal opinions and experiences. Investing in stocks and other financial instruments involves risk, including the potential loss of capital. Any investment decisions you make are solely your own responsibility, and you should conduct your own research and consult with a qualified financial professional before making any investment choices. The content we share on this stream may not be accurate, complete, or up to date. Market conditions and financial regulations can change rapidly, and we cannot guarantee the accuracy or reliability of the information presented. We do not endorse or promote any specific stocks, companies, or investment strategies. Any actions you take based on the content of this stream are at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses or damages that may occur as a result. Always remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and no investment is guaranteed to be profitable. Make informed decisions and consider your risk tolerance before investing any funds. By accessing and using this stream, you acknowledge and agree that we are not responsible for any investment decisions you make as a result of the content presented. You are encouraged to seek advice from qualified financial professionals for personalized guidance. Please invest responsibly and only with money you can afford to lose.
Hey man, just found the next guaranteed multi-bagger.
Hey man, you found another one? What is it this time?
Come check this out.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Laughing Stock. What a ridiculous day. Value had posted this out on Discord. You got to get on the Discord, guys, if you're not, because I mean, look at what we're finding here, guys. The contract soars. I got in. I did not get in. It said the stock was up about 35% an hour. After hours at 7:29. I got in at like 760-ish, but I knew to keep an eye out for it, so I wasn't watching it probably as closely as I should have. I got to work on my alerts. I got to get better alerts. So like when there's like a news story. But either way, Value had told me about the contract, so I looked it up previously and was waiting for it too. Like I said, I gotta work on some price alerts or something. So when something like that, especially after hours, that's the big thing, is after and also in the morning, whether it's earnings or something or a story like this. But I mean, this is ridiculous. So I mean, Barron's literally the thing is this is big. So anyways, it's up, you know, it's at 35%. I saw at close, what was it up? It was up even higher than that. It closed at 840, and I can't remember. I think I saw it's touched like 870 or 880 or something. So I guarantee you tomorrow's gonna be a big day for it. So already very exciting. I took a position at Alto today, or was it yesterday? Maybe it was yesterday. It's either yesterday or today, but I think it was yesterday. And I've already caught a decent move on Alto. Alto's been soaring. ECDA, I took a position on the same day, which hasn't quite panned out yet, but I still think that chart looks like it's turning. So I'm pretty excited about ECDA. They keep posting. Courage is very bullish on it. I just think the future looks bright right now, and I think that's about to get priced in. Blah, blah, blah. So let's see here. The number for the latest contract could dwarf that amount, potentially reaching some $4.8 billion over 10 years. So shares have been volatile, gaining almost 16% through Tuesday. In late August, Intuitive Machines said it had been awarded a $117 million contract to deliver 6 science and technology payloads to the moon's South Pole. The contract is huge for the company. Wall Street projects 2024 and 2025 sales of $223 million and $371 million, respectively. This contract marks an inflection point in Intuitive Machines' leadership in space communications and navigation. Says the CEO, we're pleased to partner with NASA as one team to support the Artemis campaign and endeavors to expand the lunar economy. We're expanding into space, guys. To the moon. Literally to the moon. You hear all these memes. This one's to the moon. This is it. That became the first soft landing on the moon for the U.S. entity in some 50 years. And Odysseus' success is one reason Intuitive shares were up more than 110% year to date through Tuesday trading. I have a feeling that we're going to get some nice big bounces here. So we'll see. We'll see in the morning what it brings. But I usually don't buy a position after hours, and I was like, even if I take one now, the worst thing is in the morning I might get stop lossed out or something like that if it pulls back quite a bit. And to be honest, I don't know. I might set a pretty hefty stop loss on that one just because it could be really volatile as it pulls back. But I think it's going to open strong. I mean, based on these numbers I'm seeing, anybody else who hasn't seen the news is going to see it in the morning. And I think it's going to be a big day. Anyways, now Barron's wants me to pay. I was able to read the entire article, but now they're interested in getting me to pay. Oh, no, okay, you can click it off. Yeah, so LUNR got the contract, which is what Value had said. Nice call, Value. I know other people. I know it's just a story, and he knew that, but he just pointed it to me, so thank you. And like I said, we're already up at 840, so I'm up 10% already on it in the after hours, which I know it doesn't mean much, but you know what? Can we go to Trading View? Nope, not that. Not that. Come on, Trading View. After hour gainers. LUNR. So, I mean, second largest gainer in after hours, and this was more my question, 17 million post-market volume. Regular volume was 25. So in the post-market, which 17 million is a lot for the post-market for a company like this. So we'll see. There's a $3 swing in the stock's favor, and I mean, I don't know how you can't you have to price this in now. They were talking about a 10-year contract of billions of dollars for this company. So one thing, just to bring it up, I will get to Alto as well because, like I said, I'm really excited about Alto as well. But this just kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting this one. But I mean, look at these revenues. 158 million, and we're talking 4.8 billion over 10 years. This is going to explode. These numbers are just nonsense right now. Because I mean, so if we just round up, that's 5, so it's about 500 million a year. So it's going to be about 3.5 times, 5 times these revenues, and possibly more. We'll see what that turns into. But all these metrics are going to turn positive on that kind of news. Just because I'm curious what the more long-term chart looks like. So I mean, you can see when there's good news. I mean, look at this one. This is around 2024. It went from under 2.5 to $13. In a really short amount of time. And this to me, if you exclude this day, which it opened and closed down here, I mean, this kind of looks like a good cup and handle here after a nice breakout gap up here. And once again, I know, how am I looking at the chart like that? But when this gap's up in the morning, this is going to have everyone's attention. So it's pretty much an automatic win. it's gonna be a big play. So that one's super excited. Speaking of exciting too, look at this Alto chart. Perfectly riding the Bollinger Band basically up. Today we had another big peak. I think after hours it was down a smidge, but like honestly at this point too, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I mean, we're not down much, but you can see the market's starting to appreciate what's going on here with Alto. I think everyone has to start to hedge their bets on what's going to happen in Q3. And if you're anybody who cares about small cap, then this is something that's interesting you. And we had talked about it. I thought it was going to break out here. I guess it just needed to converge a little bit longer, get some people more on board. If this breaks through that this moving average here, we've already talked on the long run what we think that's going to do. I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to shoot for this 4. This 250 might be resistance as well, but somewhere up to there. It's going to shoot up to there. So that'll be good for the portfolio, because if we look at the portfolio, those are really the largest positions I have right now. And yes, I added heavily to LUNR. I just went in because I think LUNR, even from where I got in, could be easily a double. And I mean, I don't think it's going to take long. I think in a few days, by the end of the week, I think it could be a double. It could be a double tomorrow. I mean, look what Place has been doing, and I know I talked about this all last week, and it's just annoying that I got in and I got stopped out because and this is the weekly chart. Look at this daily chart. I got stopped out like right here, like an idiot. So dumb. Oh my gosh, I should have just never put that stop loss, or I should have had a bigger one. Which I've adjusted my stop losses now because I've already since I've been adjusting the strategy slightly. Like my winners are easily 50 to 100% sometimes. So it pretty much off counts any of my losers. So I feel like I should be slightly more risky with the stop losses because 2 of the stop losses I've had, actually 3 now, have all worked out. Actually, I would say you could argue probably most of them have worked out. It's just it takes a little bit. Like it's like I kind of get in early and I'm kind of riding that handle for a little bit longer. But to be honest, I mean, whatever. I guess you can get into it afterwards. But the problem is sometimes it's like up a few days and it's like, do you want to hop in there? Do you want to take that risk? Which, to be honest, I guess if the volume's there, I mean, this volume continues to push upwards. This isn't slowing down right now. So PLC Place could keep going higher. So we'll see. We'll see what it does. But obviously, this is the kind of thing. This is the kind of parabolic move I think that LUNR is in for. And what was ECDA was the other one that Johnny and I have been always talking about. And also too, in the Discord, guys, you can post your portfolios. There's values already done it on there. I'm not sure if anybody else has yet, but you can. So it's good to know that, you know, when we're saying that we like these things, that's something we're in and we got money behind it. But ECDA, even from this down point here, like if you exclude this, you are starting to watch it. And whatever, today was a down day, but it didn't touch anything. It didn't touch any moving averages. So I mean, honestly, who cares? It doesn't mean anything. What's this doing after hours? Anything? It doesn't really have a ton of volume, so it's not surprising. I mean, this is the volume here's 25,000. So it's a low volume stock, and normally I wouldn't go into something as illiquid as this. And the reason is because it's a true micro cap at 41 million. But it might be a longer hold, but I don't know. The thing is, if this starts to pump up just a little bit, if we get to this 200-day moving average and it just catches a little bit of attention, this thing could double from there. And if it does double from there, it's going to get all the small cap guys who normally wouldn't quite go this small in market cap to get interested in this. So I think we're on the cusp. We'll see. It's obviously going to depend on the vehicle growth in terms of how many models they're renovating with ECDA, but either way, I really think, I mean, LUNR is going to be the big stock that's coming up here. And then let's see, what else? I have Wolf. Wolf's not in this portfolio. It's in another portfolio of mine, but that's been doing really well. Petco has just been killing it. Look at this chart. Got in somewhere around here. I've trimmed the position in my other portfolio quite a bit. But it's like sometimes I see some of these names and I like them, and I've already taken some buys in the portfolios on here, and I'm like, I'm gonna add it to my other portfolio because, to be honest, I like it. INVZ pulled back a little bit. I think last time on the stream I accidentally typed in INVS and it kind of threw me off because I was like, this isn't what I was thinking. I still can't type it in, so obviously that's my issue, is I'm dyslexic or something. What's going on there? My dog and cat are attacking each other out there. So this one's pulling back. It is right at the 50-day moving average. So we'll see. And the reason why this matters, because me as someone who wasn't a technical person before, and for you guys who are more fundamental investors, the reason this matters is because big institutions set stop losses and buying at these moving averages. It's just the way it works for those guys. So the reason why you see these lines matter so much isn't because they matter in any way. It's just because it's something as humans we use to set boundaries, and they set their boundaries on these things, these 50, these 100 and 200, 10, 20, blah, blah, blah. So that's why a lot of times you'll see that like it tapped here and it got bought. You know, this day it went below it, bought back up to it. Same thing on this. It's just kind of riding it right now. I'm hoping we get a bounce off it. It's not guaranteed. We're still positive on MACD, but volume is slowing down. You can start to see RSI and even stochastics pulling back a little bit. So this one might not work out, but not the end of the world. That wasn't a huge position for me. And also, I think INVZ was in my other portfolio too. That was another one. So once again, still, I guess there's some carryover into some of my other portfolios now, just because some of these names I see it, I know they look good. Like they look good to me, so it's tough for me not to put them into some of my other stuff. But I got a bunch of stuff pulled up for today. We'll go through a bunch of these names to see what's going on. Mostly these are things that are moving right now, so I'm just trying to follow up on them, see if it's worth keeping an eye out to see what it does on the next day, if it's going to continue to kind of break out or not, or if it's kind of already maybe exhausted what it was supposed to do. I'm trying to think, is there anything else on here that... Billy's kind of been pulling back a little bit. NNE, this is another one too. I keep clicking on all the wrong things. This did have a pullback, but what does this look like on the chart? Because it was a really good looking chart. Another one I got stop loss. This is another one of the ones I got stop lossed on. And it has now touched that Bollinger Band and did technically break through it. So this one I'm gonna wait, because this one could keep going down now. I feel like once it starts to break through that Bollinger Band, that's a really big moving average for me to move through. So we'll see. I'll say that, and tomorrow I'll wake up and, you know, or the first time I'll look at the market and it'll be up 15%. And by the way, too, this weekend I have a wedding, so it's actually Friday night. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do Saturday morning, just because that might be a bit of a struggle for me. We'll see how I feel that morning. So most likely this stream will be sometime Sunday. But Johnny and I will update on Discord and on X when we figure it out. And I think Johnny said he might have something to do this weekend too, so we'll figure it out. Johnny will be on his normal time Thursday though, from what I understand. And I'm sure on the Discord we'll be talking about LUNR and all this stuff going forward, because it's gonna be exciting. I'm starting to just learn, you know, like when certain news and catalysts hit, I have a hard time seeing that one not work out really well. But is there anything else to go over in the portfolio? I got Nuvalin in here. It's a biotech. Had promising data, but my timing wasn't great on that one, so that one's just kind of hanging out there. Clearside finally bounced back. That one looked good. Com, Oscar, Givos once again just been killing it. Another 16% today. I mean, it literally just just builds the whole portfolio up. Just a few of these names. Like I said, Alto had almost a 10% day. G3s was a great one for me, or triple I, whatever the hell you want to call it. PCT is another one. This one, oh my god, this one was just I mean this was just day after day just murdering it. Where else were we? Kira Sushi actually has been doing all right. I'm actually been pretty happy with this buy. I wasn't sure because I think I missed this day and got in on here, but we're still up pretty good. I did trim it, I think, today. I think I trimmed about 25% of the position, because I'm not sure how much lag it has to it, but who knows? We could break through some of these moving averages. We're still oversold. MACD's positive. Everything looks good. Primo Water was up again today, which was kind of bouncing around. Vox still just kind of waiting. I mean, kind of waiting on more news from Vox in terms of the cells, but you know, we've already said that, you know, this thing could be worth. Some people are arguing $15 if Vox has you know, some good sales in terms of their products. or business, I should say. AOI has not worked out. I'm pretty sure I've been trimming that one because it didn't work out. Curie was obviously working out really well. Billy's kind of been bouncing around. I thought today it looked like it's kind of collapsing. It did have an up day, but it's, I mean, I'll say that once again, like I said, it'll probably pop tomorrow, which whatever, because then it'll turn anything I've lost on it. And I'm trying to think. I've been selling on up days and, you know, just trying to trim it essentially. And if it's down by like maybe like 1 or 2% for the whole position, which means my portfolio is down like, I don't know, like a 1/10 of a percent or something stupid. Maybe 1/4%. But that's the portfolio as of now. So far the week's been okay. Almost 2% for the week. Brings the total for the year up to 11%. So I'm going to beat the S&P. I'm definitely beating the S&P. I better. My goal is, at this point, since it's later in the year, is at least to double the stupid S&P, which I thought I heard someone say was at 15 or 16% right now. So my goal is at least 30 by the end of the year, which, I mean, we'll see how this is going, but I mean, things have been better lately. Like I said, especially with the strategy going as it is. All right. I'm not even, my dashboard, I tried playing around with these. These are still messed up. It's because I pull it from Yahoo, and Yahoo's trying to update to their stupid, just go to their classic view. I hate the new one anyways. And so when I'm trying to pull stuff in, it's not loading properly. So I'm sorry, these numbers are off. So I'm not even gonna go over the dashboard today, because when I get a chance, I gotta go through and edit all this and make sure I can pull it from a more reliable source, because it's just got messed up. Daily movers, Ashul. Oh, this was one that we talked about last time, and look at this chart. Look at how this is done. Looks good. It's had some good days. I saw it yesterday, and I saw it come out, and then it petered off, and kind of held up at the end of the day. That should have been a sign that had enough volume to keep it going in the right direction, but I just wasn't convinced yet. I should have been. That should have been a buy. I should have watched it this morning, especially because it opened and then broke right through the 20-day moving average. These are all like, these should all be signs. Should all be signs that it looks good. But and then anything interesting in terms of insider that's just big? Ooh, that chart looks nice. Down 3% at 4.61. I just want to pull that one in real quick. Oh, ISPO. What did I type in? I didn't type in that, did I? I knew I was wrong. ISPO. There we go. Let's see here. Amalax, AGL, Gannett. I think actually I have a couple of these just pulled in anyways, just because they were such good movers. I saw Riggs been kind of pulling up actually. It's another. The chart looks good. I don't know how much room there is to run. It could hit 550. Want to keep an eye on for sure. I saw Stim had a huge day. Do they have news or anything? Like, what's going on with this? I don't really like that chart. Hey, what's up, Value? I don't know if you saw any of the opening stream here, but I was talking about LUNR for a long time, man. I hopped in after hours. I was keeping an eye on for the news, and then I took a hefty position as soon as I saw that they had bought. So I'm already up after hours. We'll see where it ends up getting to, but. I was joking around with some saying, man, talk about rocketing to the moon. That's literally the stock to rocket to the moon. But I think that's gonna be a huge win, man. And also Alto, I was talking. Johnny and I were talking. We're pumped because Alto looks like it's finally really gonna turn here. Now we just need ECDA to work out. We'll hit a trifecta here. It's one thing to be able to call some of these like bigger momentum type stocks that have like the good volume. Oh, we saw it touch 911. I think the highest I saw was like 870 or something. But I wasn't really paying attention after I just took the position and I was like, I'm not even worried about that because I was already saying too I don't think I'm going to set a stop loss in the interim because if I got stop lossed out, I'd honestly be annoyed because I think it's just going to go up. No matter what, it's going to be a positive gain. Even if it wasn't as big as I hope it is, I think it could be a double still. Like I was just talking about the numbers before. I was looking at them and I was saying like, I think with this, the revenues could easily they're talking 4.8 billion over 10 years. So we're talking almost $500 million a year in revenue. So, we're talking, this could be 600 some million. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think by the end of the week we could easily see it double. I'm super pumped about LUNR right now. Probably the most excited like small like kind of cap stock like this that I mean that's not that small actually. But in terms of just like the news, just like there's very rare you get that clear of a catalyst that's going to definitely propel a stock, especially one that's already been as volatile as it has. Like, I had the chart up just a little bit before. Sorry, let me close out some of these stupid charts because I got so many up here. But, I mean, look what it did in the start of the year. I mean, we went from under, like, $1 to $13. So, in what Place has done, I mean, Place has gone from even when everybody saw it, $7 to 17. So to think that LUNR can't do the same in the course of a week or two, I think it's going to do it. You think, actually, so let me go back to LUNR. See, I think it's going to crush this $7 range. Now, do we get to this level? Do you think we can hit $40? That's the question. Can we get this stock to do this move from basically where we're at right now in after hours up to $40? And this is in the course of a week. So let's just assume it's gonna be 100% a day for the next like 5 days. That's a very reasonable thing to think. This is not investing advice. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is the point of resistance? Like, what do the computers even have to do? The computers are not going to know what to do. The computers are going to look at this. 140 seems reasonable. That's what they'll pay. So, all right, I take it back. We're not going to hit $40 by the end of the week. We're going to hit $140 by the end of the week. Totally reasonable. So, just going to be a 10-bagger in the course of a few days. So. Value, if that one's a 10-bagger, we should fly somewhere and meet in the middle. I don't know where that would be. Hawaii, maybe. We'll meet up. We'll do a quick little trip to Hawaii in celebration. But yeah, anyways, I mean, $4.8 million or billion dollars. Sound like Dr. Evil or something saying that. But yeah, seriously, I saw your post in on the Discord, and I was like, oh, they won the contract. I'm like, buy that. Ugh. So where are we at now? So I was just going through insiders. I don't think there's too much else. What's GLP doing? Didn't I go over GLP not that long ago? I think we just went over this. Ah, this is a nice looking chart. This looks. I'm gonna keep an eye on GLP too. This is another one that could break out. I need to start adding to these watch lists here. Oh, it is on there. Okay, it's on there. It's on there. All right. What did Funko do today? Oh, it was down. It pulled back a little bit. Anything else I wanted to see on here? Zim looks good too. I think my problem is, since I've been using the charts to help screen, is there's just so many things that look good on the chart, and it's like it doesn't take a whole lot of news or fundamental changes to like cause a stock to just rip. So it's like now my problem is it's like I don't know, like all of them, like there's a bunch of ones that look good, and to be honest, looking at the like the past history a little bit, like a lot of them have been ripping. And I was just saying too, like at this point, I'm gonna increase my stop loss, because the ones that I've got stop lossed out of, it's not been that many stocks, to be honest. A bunch of them maybe have if it, at the worst, just broke even essentially by the way I was trimming it. And then the ones that have worked out have all been like 50 to 100% winners. So it's like I should just be going into these things and kind of playing a little loose with that, because if you get in, like I said, if you get in at the start of the day when it's starting to break out, it's, you know, and you're following some kind of swing strategy along with having some, you got to have the news and you got to have the volume. That's the trick. Is there's a bunch of stocks that look good every day, but if it doesn't have the news or it doesn't have the volume behind it, it won't work out in the long run. I mean, or you're taking on higher risk. But it has the volume, has the news behind it, you know, whether that's earnings or some kind of story change or whatever it is, that's the key. That's like the magic recipe. What else is going? I saw Boom was up big, so I wanted to take a peek more into this. I'm trying to think, when was the last time I looked at Boom? Was it that long ago? I feel like it. I can't remember. The hell did I look at this last? Is that right? It's been a minute. So, 3 asset-light manufacturing businesses that provide differentiated products and engineered solutions to segments of the construction, energy, industrial processing, and transportation markets. Arcadia Products supplies architectural building products, including exterior and interior framing systems, all kinds of outdoor stuff. Manufactures sells highly engineered products for global oil and gas. And then NobleClad produces explosion-wielded clad metal plates for use of construction or corrosion-resistant industrial processing equipment. So how are you looking? To me, fundamentally, it's pretty cheap. Surprised it's trading at book value, tangible book value, not even actual book value. It doesn't have all that much debt. I guess they've been paying it down. Looks pretty good. The share count's only went up. I mean, it's went up since 2022, but it's kind of held steady. They have earnings. I mean, cash flow, even simple free cash flow, looks pretty good. You know, in 2022, this is the other thing too. This is what I was checking. You know, they have the asset purchase here, which is why they added the shares. That's how they paid for it. Is they used the shares there, and actually, it might have been a mix of shares and debt, because I'm pretty sure when I was over here, yeah, that's where the debt came in. So, is anyone talking about this? Geez, 19% in a day. Oh, they offered to buy him at $16.50 a share? What is this doing afterwards? Interesting that people didn't believe it's worth $16.50 a share. I mean, this seems like a good buy just because if it, I mean, it should get up to $16.50. Usually when someone sets a price like that, I mean, maybe people are just a little hesitant because it is reiterating its proposal to acquire it for $16.50 a share. I can see, obviously I'm not a long-term shareholder, so I can see why maybe long-term shareholders think it's worth more than that. To be honest, that's pretty much 7 times simple free cash flow from the year, so that's not a totally unfair price. And I will say, cash has looked better in the past few years. It's pretty cyclical looking though, but I mean they've had some strong years. You know, as time's gone on, they've had better years than in the company's history. So that all bodes well. Book value, especially. I mean, this is all from the acquisition. This book value. So that's why I guess book value is down, but now it's back up. Oh my God, go away. So I'm talking about. I don't. There's too many things. There's too many positions I want right now. I don't normally have this issue. I'm adding boom to my watch list because I think this is that's an easy way to capture like $3 a share. Yeah, they must feel it's undervalued because it doesn't make any sense. Value on here, guys, is just saying that the board was rejecting the boom offer, so they're reiterating it. So, when did you know? I wonder when the first initial offer was. Because the stock price got up to 14-ish and then ended kind of around here. And I'm assuming it sold off based on the fact that they didn't hear anything from management. Just guessing off the chart, but that's not 100% there. Either way, something to keep an eye on. Like I said, right now it's actually trading. It was actually trading at a discount to book for a little bit there. All right. Next up, I have Bit Digital holding company. They provide a platform for digital assets and artificial intelligence infrastructure, headquartered in New York City. It's a Bitcoin miner. Companies. I should have known that, but whatever. It's okay. It accumulates Bitcoin. Honestly, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm gonna check just is there any news on this, and if you know, I just want Yahoo is fine. This is the thing that blows my mind too. Is it's like you're looking at fundamentals, you know, and I'm trying to focus on cash flow. Most people are focused on sales, not even you know, net loss widened by 400%, but its revenue is up 220. So that seems good, right? Unless this has the best looking chart I've ever seen, I really don't care about this. It's not bad. It could pop, but if this gaps up nicely, I might be interested, but nah, it's not really. You know, I'm not really looking to get into crazy Bitcoin mining. This is a biotech. Is this the correct? It just my data looks wonky here. Yeah, that's by quarter. Okay. Probably just because they don't have earnings or anything. What's the news here? This is how deep my research goes on biotech. Nippon Shinyaku signed binding term sheet for commercializations of Duchenne muscular dystrophy treatment in Europe. Let's see what that. So they're to receive $15 million equity investment at a 20% premium, as well as $20 million upfront payment upon signing definitive agreement, with up to $715 million in potential milestones and a double-digit percentage of product revenue. Extends cash runway into 2026. Potential milestones for combined distribution agreements now total approximately $1.5 billion. So they just extended their runway. What was the volume on this? It's pretty good. Like I said, I'm not convinced of anything. We'll see. Like it's these are the kind of things now. Like if I see that stock in the morning going up, like okay, it's going up, go on that, and maybe take a play on the chart. It would probably be a smaller position if I do take it. That's kind of how I've been playing some of those names. But to be honest, some of them worked out. PCT worked out great doing it. So it's that's why I'm just keeping it in the wheelhouse. Enzyme engineering company. Seems simple. It's leveraging its Code Evolver technology platform to discover, develop, enhance, and commercialize novel high-performance enzymes and other classes of protein. So it's like a pet company for proteins. Reduce their costs, improve the efficiency, manufacturing small molecule therapeutics, blah, blah, blah. Another biotech, but more in the realm of playing around with proteins and structures of them and getting them to do what we want them to do as people. Joshua Demers says your Discord link join is invalid. Josh, where are you getting that link from? Because I think Johnny put that link up, so I'm not actually sure where. Thank you for letting me know, by the way, because obviously it's something I want to fix. But I'm not sure exactly where that link is that you found. I'm assuming it's on YouTube somewhere. Is it just in the what do you call it? The like caption on the video or something, or inner stuff? I don't know why I'm asking. I just pull it up, I guess. Can I watch my stream while streaming live? Is that possible? It is. There's my ugly mug. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Thanks, Josh. What do you call it? I will. I'll let Johnny know because I'm not sure exactly where you get the link. I probably could figure it out, but we'll get it up and working tomorrow. So if you want, please subscribe to the YouTube, and then we'll send it through. I'll make sure he updates it. I'll just message him now so I can figure out. Yeah, we'll get it fixed. Thank you. Yeah, please, guys, if you see any errors or anything. Once again, too, I had to bring this up because Johnny brought it up. I guess there's some kind of fake... Oh, the invite link will expire in 7 days. So we might maybe have to just update it weekly or something. Value, is there... Do you know if there's another way to... We don't need it to be an invite. It should just be like a link to just come look at it. I don't know. There's got to be a way we can do it where it's a permanent thing. Because, I mean... I don't want like tons of bots to come flooding in. I don't know if there's a way to deal with that well. But like my point being before is we had someone come in there and it was Johnny's name changed slightly and it started trying to sell shit to people on there. So once again, guys. Yeah, value. I don't see it just yet. So unless it's just coming through. But either way, Josh, like I said, we'll get it fixed. But yeah, so there's bots on there trying to sell stuff to people. So number one, Johnny and I will never sell anything to you guys ever. Like, you know, so we're not here to make money off like you guys. We're just working through our process. We want other people to work with us because that's what we learned a lot from each other, and we know other people can bring a lot to the table as well. So we're happy to do this kind of just all for free. Essentially, it's just, you know, it's more of a hobby than it is like like I'm trying to make money on the side from. I mean, I'm making money from the investments. That's my goal is to make. If I can't make money from investments, I shouldn't be doing this. But well, like I said, we'll fix it. Anyway, so code access. What was the news here? Did I look at this one yet? Okay, now it's pulling up over here because I pulled up the wrong thing. Just a sec, I'm trying to change that link. I got a fly around my head here. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through it. I'll have to do it when I'm not live. Well, I just wanna. I don't know. Is there any way I can type this in and just save it? Let me just go to my database. I'll just stick it here. There. All right. I will adjust that at some point. Actually. Just put it somewhere I can find it, because if I don't put it down here or something, I'm never going to find where I hit that. Okay. Is this just the insiders? Is this American? What time? When is that news from? Like, what is it talking about? 10 days ago, pleasing signs of a number of insiders buy Kodak stock. I hate these stupid. I know this is like a stupid generic. Just go away. New employment inducement grants. I don't know. What is it? CDXS. It's a really nice looking chart. Oh man, and look at that. Look at this breakout today. Oh, after that perfect. Look at that perfect looking chart. It's up after hours too. What was the volume? And the volume's on 4 million. Oh. Look at this. Oh no, that's the monthly one. I was going to say, I was like, wow, that really pulled back. It actually took a second for this to start to pop today. It's strange. Usually you see that first initial move like immediately. It's a really random. Is there anyone else talking about this? Like, I feel like I'm missing something. August 8th. no one's talking about it right now. This just must just be the fundamentals or the chart, not the fundamentals, the chart. Yeah, because it doesn't have anything going on fundamentally. It's burning cash though. It's almost out of cash now, and it's gonna have to keep taking debt on and diluting shareholders. So it's gonna need something here to get over the hump. Or this one's a little risky. Even this one's risky for me. I'm not. Chart looks great though. It's gonna run probably for a little bit. ChargePoint Holding is an electric vehicle charging technology solution provider. A company provides, designs, develops, and markets networked electric vehicle charging system infrastructure connected through cloud-based services which enable charging system owners or hosts to manage their network charging systems, enable drivers to locate, reserve, and authenticate network charging systems, and to transact EV charging sessions on those. So it's basically like a cloud service that allows like the whole charging background, including the purchase of the electricity to all happen kind of seamlessly. Subscriptions and other offerings provide an open platform that integrates with system hardware from ChargePoint on their manufacturers, connecting systems over an intelligent network that provides real-time information about charging sessions, full control, support, and management of the network charged system. All right. Anyone been listening to this Tommy Richmond? This guy is just putting hits out right now. So it's still a young company. Down a little in revenues right now. Is it really levered? No, but they don't have any earnings. They're burning a lot of cash. Anybody saying anything here? Massive revenue warning. 18, huh? Is this just a falling knife? Is that what this chart looks like? What was it? CHPT? Yahoo has the float at 38.59. No way. No way, dude. I don't know which one's more accurate value, because Yahoo, it might be more accurate. I just knew that Seeking also shows it. Seeking has it at 21.33. They have 13.42 shares. How many outstanding shares does LUNR have? 125. So they only have it at 10% on that website. But that's actual share short. That's not the short. Yeah, 38% of float. That's what I was just saying. I was like, that's not float. Whew. Oh, man. Is that listed on high short interest as a... speaking of things that are shorted, there's ChargePoint. I don't see it on this one, but this one's not always updated very quick. whatever. Screw this website. It could be. It could be. If honestly, Yahoo's usually pretty accurate if there hasn't been any kind of crazy changes in the share counts and stuff like that. They have the shares. They have the shares short the same as this. And what did Seeking have it at? 13.4. Yeah. So I think that's right. I think you're right. I think it's 38% short, which I can only imagine how many guys, they probably tried to close some of that, but how many shares were moved after hours? That's the other thing too, though. These guys, they could have closed out of those positions pretty quick this after hours. I think I saw it was 17. Post-market volume was 17 million shares, but I imagine if that was only people trying to sell those shares to get out of it, that could have went more higher than it did. I'm not saying, you know, a 60% move in after hours isn't a big deal, but because I would assume that's where they would have shortened it. I don't know. People could have shorted it up here, so maybe they're hold. I don't know. Would you hold? Like, I feel like if I was going to short a company, it's on one of these parabolic like up cycles. Like, you know, this starts getting up to this high in a 2-week period. This went from under $10 to like $150. That's a stock. If I was going to short one, I'd want to buy shares somewhere in this crazy neighborhood. If you can find them, I don't know. Right, you probably have to have a special broker or something to get that to actually work. But what, I mean, what is it? This is the weekly chart. Even the weekly chart looks good. I mean, we were about to break through that moving average, like I said. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that bodes very well for the morning. I will be extremely excited to see what happens tomorrow, because I find if we have a pretty solid positive move, it's gonna probably have a multi-day massive run. So. When it comes to charge point, I don't think I have anything else to say right now. Even though I do think that chart looks really good and it could bump a little bit. I just don't see anything right now. That's the only thing I'll say though, and this is another thing I've noticed with the charts. So when we're looking at something like charge point now, charge point right now it's shorted. It looks ugly. It's running out of cash. It's probably gonna have to dilute. It's a little early for me. Like, all these moving averages are still way up here, and we're just clipping through 10. MACD looks like it's starting to turn, but it also, you know, I mean, it kind of looked like it here too. It didn't have a big day like this, but we're hitting lows here, aren't we? I mean, yeah, we're bouncing off all-time lows. So it might just really find more support down here off that number. It could go up another 25%. Get to like the $2 range, or to at least somewhere in one of these, maybe the $1.75 only. But I think there's other candidates to look at. This is a ticker I kept seeing, and I had never looked at it, which is part of the reason I'm pulling it up. I didn't realize it was even Chinese. It's a China-based holding company principally involved in the operation of local on-demand retail and delivery platforms. Its main platforms are Daiji, Daoji or Daojia, and DADA Now. On-demand retail platform operates in China. It facilitates digitized transformation for retailers and brand owners on selling products through online channels. Its based on-demand delivery platform uses a crowdsourcing model to process on-demand delivery orders. Interesting. So I imagine this is somewhat like Amazon, who always has difficulty making sure that the packages and stuff get to where they're supposed to in a quick amount of time. So this is like where you can kind of like outsource that work to anybody who's willing to deliver it for you and pay them for it. Which actually, that's actually not a bad idea. It's kind of clever. The two platforms combined can deliver a range of products, including goods from supermarkets, convenience stores, fresh fruit, vegetables, and drugs to the customers. So it's kind of like an Instacart, I guess, in America. I'm not sure. I don't value. You got anything like that over on your neck of the woods? Or do you guys use like Instacart? Is that I never know which brands are like truly international and which ones aren't sometimes. Overall, the numbers from what I have look decent, but as always, it's really tough to check some of these metrics. Is this is right? So it is actually in here, right? It doesn't list them as no debt. Take their word on it, I guess. Pretty ugly downtrend and just a pop here. Meh. Was there news or something here? Gotcha value. An overlooked middleman in China's digital retail revolution. This guy's given a strong buy. Wait, what does it say about a fraud case? The potential fraud case resulting in negative sentiment allows for a great entry price in this innovative business. Their cooperation with the JD Group positions strategically DADA's tactical position as a middleman in the digitization of retailers make them a scalable business with great potential. Blah blah blah. Okay, I kind of agreed with all that. Now, DADA is cheaply valued not only because of the China fear, but also because of a potential fraud case. A routine internal audit revealed 1 billion won worth of questionable revenue and cost in its books for the first 3 quarters of 2023. This is only 5% of its total revenue, but investors clearly didn't like this as the stock is about 50% down from before the announcement. But it's the thing is, if they're willing to lie about, 5% of its revenue, which is 140 million US dollars, it's not like that's a small amount. Additionally, its US $40 million buyback program still has 30 million left to push the shares higher. They're an essential part of JD's ecosystem. Oh God, this is a what That doesn't help me. That makes me even more confused. I know I just had pulled this chart up, but I'm doing it again. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to stay away from fraud. It makes me think, like, how do you trust them? Fuel Cell is the next one I got. It's engaged in delivering environmentally responsible distributed baseload energy platform solutions through its fuel cell technology. Global manufacturing of stationary fuel cell and electrolysis platform that decarbonizes power and produces hydrogen. Its commercial technology produces electricity, heat, hydrogen, and water while separating carbon for utilization and or sequestration. Sequestrization, I should say. Its product portfolio is based on 2 electrochemical platforms, carbonate and solid oxide. Both platforms can support power generation and combined heat and power applications using a variety of fuels, including natural gas, renewable biogas, and hydrogen. And it has a few different kind of platforms that it runs with. It's pretty diluted. Does it ever have earnings? No, it's never achieved profitability. It doesn't even have cash flow. What's its debt doing here? I mean, it's not saddled with debt, but it's running through its cash fast. I will say that chart looks amazing. It's a little further past where I'd want to get in, but it looks like it's ready to break out. See, like this morning breakout, this is what I'm talking about. So like this is like the kind of thing, like, you know, I'll check it like the 5-minute intraday chart and just see, and when I see this kind of pop in that first 5 minutes, and especially if it's on decent volume, which this is the only thing that worries me a little bit, is even though it's on a decent volume of 30 million, average volume is 41 million, so it's actually a low day, which makes me also think too, this isn't a breakout. This isn't where all of a sudden everyone's interested. That's still to come possibly. It's had a few of these days where it's kind of creeping up here. Definitely a penny stock, so obviously there's a lot of risk involved in this one, guys. So if that doesn't, I mean, it's still a market cap of almost 300 million. Granted, that's after today as well, but still. Yeah, Josh, I haven't been able to update it just because while I'm streaming here, I can't go into like the settings because it would stop the stream. But I will post it on here. If you just come on the webpage after, I'll literally, when I end the stream, first thing I'll do is I'll update that. So then the stream, or you'll be able to click it. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of a pain. I don't see. There's nowhere I don't think I can get to. Oh, actually, well, no, wait, hold on. I think actually I just found another way to do it. I just took a risk and clicked on this. Hopefully, hopefully it didn't ruin the stream here. It just said I updated it, actually. I found a way, I think I found a way to do it. So, check now. It should say, like, 8S7AXCGA now. Yeah, I actually changed the link value, so it should be good now. What was I just doing? I don't remember. Oh, I was on here. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Appreciate the help, man. Where was I at? What else did I want to check? Not the chart. My God, I'm losing it. I want you over here. It's not really any decent news. It's all just nonsense from some of these other pages. There's one thing that like annoys me. Like Yahoo just has all these like dumb BS articles on here, and it's all like AI written. What did they beat on revenue? Yeah, 5.1%. I mean, they do have positive cash compared to the debt, so they have that. But the problem is it's not going to be for long. I will say I like it on the chart. That's about all it's got. I'll definitely watch to see if that breaks out. Oh, I just want to blow this back up. Some of these, as I get down into some of these, I don't always make it this far into the streams. A lot of times it's on my laptop. I'm looking at this stuff, so it's shrunk down on my laptop because you can't see it all. I like how compact my laptop is, but going back and forth from I got triple monitors on my in my home, and then I want to buy the clip-ons, the 2 clip-ons for the that's like what I want to get. I guess for Christmas probably is when I'll shoot for it. But get the double screens on the side for the laptop, so I'll always have 3 screens regardless of the laptop or not. Because a lot of times I'm away and I have my laptop. That's all I got. All right, Gannett Co. is a diversified media company. They offer, or they operate through 3 segments. They have domestic, NewsQuest, and digital marketing solutions. It has USA Today, 220 local U.S. State markets across 43 states, and its community event businesses. It has US Today Network Ventures. Its core prints offer home delivery, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, USA Today. Has a bunch of magazines, blah, blah, blah. Helps local businesses succeed through digital advertising and marketing solutions. And under its brand, LocaliQ is a cloud-based platform of fully digital products that delivers customers and drives leads through technology and insights. So, sure. A little insider. Who's Lawrence Terrica? He bought a lot at $1.85 and doubled up here on that amount at $4.50. So he still likes it at $4.50. Either that or it's just, and then I had to buy at $2.25. So it looks like they're kind of a long-term investor in terms of. That's the director. The Michael Reed is there. Also, the CEO also has some purchases, but only the one this year. But the stock is up, so. But that kind of bodes well in terms of. Wow! Look at that! Look at this yearly chart. What a beautiful chart. Well, this is month. I shouldn't say yearly, but for the past few months. That's a nice looking breakout. This is really nice looking. GCI. Just want to see what their margins are doing. Because it looks like they're like very close to being profitable. Yeah, they're only 8 cents away now per share being profitable. So like 2 cents a quarter. So they maybe bought a little bit of shares back. Cash flow and simple free cash flow positive, so they're right there. They have a stack of debt on them, so I'll check the debt. But I mean, they're really close to positive. So if they can trim like this number, like their SG&A costs, or just get earnings a little bit higher. I mean, they're at 550. Which is trading at, it's trading at a fair price for sure. If not, it's actually overpriced ever so slightly. But the one thing I'll say is it's at a fair price in terms of the fact that like it's almost about to be profitable. They have 423 in convertible debt, 531 in long-term debt. So they got 2024 notes. I think those are maybe gone. Then they have senior notes, regular notes, and a senior secured term loan that makes up that total debt there. So they also have some room. They have 2 years till those seniors, which is 278. When is the senior secured due? When's it due? Oh my gosh. Does it say the order of these? No. Yeah, okay, so the 2024 notes were retired. So the 2027 ones are convertible as well. And when is this term loan due? Why can I not? Sometimes I swear I can't find these things, and you know it's got to be in there somewhere. Oh, entered into a 5-year. If I just, I'm looking for a year. I'm not looking for that. Duh. Sorry, guys. 2026. Okay. So they have a lot due in 2026. And then what was their cash balance? 73 million. So they're gonna either have to restructure that. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been paying it down nicely. They got smacked by COVID. Look at this year. Oh my god, what a rough year. I mean, if they can clean up that balance sheet, looks pretty good. Close a bunch of this stuff. Sorry. Whew, I still can't believe value that LUNR is that high of a short based on the float. Kind of given up even checking on short interest sometimes because I just don't want it to be a part of my thesis. So it's like if it's there afterwards, great. But like to try and look at it, I've got burned on it now. I think 2 or 3 times. Like having that encourage me to make a decision. I just want to, sorry, I'm like jumping around here. I'm just seeing if anybody's talking about anything. Upgrading on Java was up, it looks like. Henrik saying sell Jivo. Get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. It probably is oversold at this point, but it's like I don't even want to trim it because it just keeps going up. I have been trimming it, to be fair. Just because I'm curious, I just want to see what this chart looks like. It looks pretty good. And it broke through the 200-day. I see what Henrik's saying. I would stand to agree that. So what was their actual beat? What was was up 20% and EPS of 11 cents. Sorry guys, I'm going on a tangent here. I just want to see what's going on with this one. Man, he looks at some small stuff though. I can't believe that Henrik's looking at an $18 million market cap. Like that's risky to me. And this is after it's had a decent run up. So what was it at? Like 9 million? 6 million shares only. It is safe based on the balance sheet, which is doesn't have much debt. I mean, it's basically paid it all off. It's probably just more like leases than it is anything. it's literally almost a double from September 5th. It's pretty crazy. Wow, and from November of last year, is it 70 cents? See this this breakout that you see here that I've been talking about. It's just it's flawless when you have the right signs. And what was GCI's chart looking like? Is it doing it after hours?
More high-tech music on your high-tech station.
I don't know. If it has a big open, maybe I'll be interested. What was the volume on that? 4. It's almost 3 times volume. Not quite. What we got here? 940. I guess I'll do one more. Did we just go through Microvast? I feel like some of these names, I don't know if it's just because I've been seeing them a lot lately. Honestly, I forget them all. There's so many companies, it's just insane. Is an advanced battery technology company. It designs, develops, and manufactures battery components and systems for electric commercial vehicles and storing them as well. It's a bunch of different versions of them, and it also has all the basic materials. It manufactures battery solutions for electric commercial vehicles such as light, medium, and heavy-duty trucks, buses, trains, mining trucks, marine, everything. Just say everything. Cash flow is ugly. Just can tell right away. Burning cash. Diluting shareholders and taking on debt. It's like the falling knife trifecta. Yeah, this is bouncing off debt. Man, what? This is only 30 cents. This shouldn't even. I'm surprised this even shows up. When I'm scanning for things lately, I've been putting stuff to show up when it's been over $1. Like, don't show me stuff unless it's been over $1. Like, why is this in there? I mean, it looks decent. It's just, I feel like it's like unneeded risk to take on for me. Like 31 cents. And to be honest, it looks like death to me. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not dead this moment, which is why it's still got some. It's got that like cigar puff to it. But I don't think there's any. It's like a dead cat bounce. All right, I'm doing one more because that one was kind of dumb. So Negg's another one of those ones that has been struggling for a while. 86 cents. Way better. Way better. I've gone over Newegg a bunch of times. They sell books and stuff online. And they've been working on trying to pivot some of their stuff. Numbers still look pretty ugly. This to me almost looks like the exact same story as the last one. That's why these companies are trading at such low amounts. They have a 20F. Where are they out of? Is it? Oh, I forget. Is this European? No, it's in America. Why are they filing a 20F? a lot of debt. When does that debt due? Every year, quarter of a billion dollars. Is that right? Why is this? Why is none of this adding up? So what is my number saying? Because this is wrong. Somehow it's missing the debt here. All right. Either way, this is a falling knife to me. I'm not doing that one. All right. I am gonna call out there, guys. Sorry, I got so much to do tomorrow. I just gotta get some sleep here. But lots to go over. Johnny will be on Thursday, his normal time. Yeah, Josh, I hope you're able to get in the Discord now. Thank you for Value for helping me out with that. Anybody else who was watching, appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. I think there's some exciting stuff coming tomorrow, at least. Definitely with LUNR. I'm curious to see where Alto goes. There is some names I'm interested in here. I added some of these to the watch list. We'll keep an eye on things, see where it goes from here. That's all set, so I guess I'm good with that. And at some point I'll fix the dashboard. I know I don't use the dashboard as much as I probably could, but occasionally I still find benefits of using it, especially with the industries, because with the industries I can always pull them in and kind of screen by just the industry. I built this whole industry filter and I barely ever use it, and I'm still impressed